Hi, I'm Nicky Hays, the 2026 IMSA 3D Scholarship winner. This year I'll be racing in Michelin Pilot Challenge with Random Vandals Racing in a BMW M4 GT4. Yeah, so I'm Nicky Hays. I've been racing since I was 5 years old. Just did it as a hobby, never really thought I would be able to get to this point. This was just a dream of watching IMSA on TV, and now I'm here representing IMSA, which is a little bit surreal. I'm pinching myself here at Daytona. But really, growing up, my father was a mechanic for an OEM manufacturer and worked in racing a little bit. So I would say I'm a car guy first, who fell in love with racing, over the last, 20 years now. And super fortunate through different opportunities that have led me to getting to this point. And thank you to IMSA for making this year possible for me. And I can't wait to get started. Yeah, so when I was 5 years old, my dad got me started go-karting just as a hobby locally at Adams Motorsports Park, one of the oldest go-kart tracks in the world. And from 5 to 17, that was my life. It was never really in the cards for me to race a car. Financially, it was just not even viable. Even go-karting was a stretch. And I was fortunate to get some scholarships to move to Europe actually in 2019 and race in French F4. And that's what really started my car racing career. And through that, went up the open wheel ladder and then made the transition to sports car racing in about 2023, 2024. Last year, got my full season in Lamborghini Super Trofeo, and now I'm in GS. So it's been a non-traditional path, which is kind of par for the course if you're trying to make it happen for yourself, but really fortunate to be here now. Yeah, so my first car that I really remember falling in love with was my dad's 1988 Honda CRX. So he actually still has the car, and now I drive it. It was just like, I remember getting picked up from school at, kindergarten, and my dad pulled up, and all my friends were just freaking out. And keep in mind, this is an economy car, not a supercar, not a Ferrari, a Porsche, or anything like that. So it's that was definitely what I grew up remembering. And then the Honda S2000, which was a new car at the time. That's kind of what made me fall in love with sports cars and tinkering with cars, just naturally growing up around it in LA.
Well, I think LA is a big part of it too. That's one of the global epicenters for car culture. Do you think that fed your love of cars and eventually fed into your love of racing?
Yeah, I think the Long Beach Grand Prix, so I've been going since 2006. I want to say almost every year. And you get that like just natural, like you hear the noises, you smell the smells. And my dad used to work in IMSA as a mechanic. So Saturday at Long Beach was our priority day. We didn't even bother to show up on Sunday. And so, you're just naturally in it. And funny enough, like on the car culture side, on Friday or Saturday, they would have the Formula Drift going on. And so like, I'm just a natural fan of anything with an engine on four wheels, so. Yeah, it's a trip. I look in my closet and I see an IMSA quarter zip with the driver development scholarship on there. And funny enough, like my mom's daily driver used to have an IMSA sticker on it ever since I was a kid with the OG logo. So representing IMSA, I don't know if it's more surreal to me or my family, because it's just, it still doesn't really seem real. It's an honor to represent such an iconic brand, and I can't wait to show up to Long Beach and eventually race there. Yeah, I think the goal is, it's actually a pretty long season, so just learning the things I need to learn, managing just the car, like they're long races, right? So making sure I don't, get too overzealous. I'm used to more sprint racing, so there's a lot to learn. I have a good teammate in Rob McGinnis who's got experience in GS, and I have a way more than capable team. So, just kind of soak it all in and be a sponge and see where we land. I'm actually really excited to race at Daytona. I couldn't believe the banking when I drove into the track this morning. This is a race that I would always watch to start the year. I've never stayed up all night, but I've come close. So just being here, now I can see the future, and I don't know, there's so much history here. Just excited to be here. I would say the grit outside of the car is really what makes it so that you could survive in this industry if you don't have unlimited resources or a good amount of private resources. So I would say the mental fortitude has to be stronger, when you're looking for opportunities or promoting yourself, more so than the resilience behind the wheel. So That being said, I've gotten used to having to show up and deliver, but also be a likable person and talk to people and just kind of sell myself, because without that, you're not going to go anywhere.